Hello, this is another series I'm considering starting. So this is the core of a station that doesn't include very many OKM. Sorry, my brain's a little broken right now. But you know, the Rover Dude station, and no, I don't even have any tabs of it open right now. Yeah, Rover Dude's mods for stations and ground bases. So this is in Kerbal 1.1. I've been doing a little bit of play, you know, not too much, but over a period of days or weeks, I've got missions to Duna. I've landed something on the surface there. I've landed something on its moon. I've landed Kerbals on Moon and Minimus, and at this point, I really don't want to play stock unless it has some kind of life support. And I've never played with Rover Dude's life support with USI, whatever it's precisely called. But yeah, I'm going to give it a shot because, you know, it's something that's been around a while. You know, it's used by a lot of people, so I want to give it a shot. And I don't mind building stations. You know, I enjoy them more than I used to, and so I kind of want to see how all his station and ground unit parts fit together. Like, he's got really nice UIs, even though I've currently got them. Yeah, they're empty because I don't have anything up. Oh, that is not his. That's my nice Kerbal alarm clocks. I might do a video at some point showing how to quickly set those up, because I just find that's the perfect information to have, right? Kerbal alarm. At any point, I can open up a Kerbal alarm window, and it's going to tell me how many days away a window is, how much delta V it'll take to do the to do the shot out to the planet, and each planet's name. So if I see a contract, I can very quickly see what it's going to take. What is it going to take me to get out there? Let's see. I want to close that, but yeah, it's got nice interfaces. I like a lot of the logic of his mods. I'm sorry, I apologize if the sound on this video and possibly a previous one was terrible. Just realized where my microphone was, not where it should be. Lower that a bit, so we still got high dynamic pressure, and I still haven't dropped off my fairing. So I'll just accelerate. Actually, let's pitch up. Who knows? Do what I want. And yeah, maybe I'll light that stage before it drops off. Yeah, even in stock, I like to do kind of a real-ish or an RSS-ish gravity turn, which doesn't work that well necessarily when I'm targeting relatively low orbit. So I did just try to make this video just a little while ago, and I realized that I was doing this wrong. Altitude below 250. And I was explaining how for a station, in reality, you want a station higher, so you're not brushing the tiny, the thin remaining wisps of atmosphere. And let's drop that off. Very nice. I love the stock clamshell. I like the confetti as well, to be completely honest. In certain situations, it's just better. But for a case like this, it's also, I love having the options. So thank you, Kerbal, for giving us so many stock fairing options. And I find them really easy to construct as well. Sometimes they don't attach that nicely, like if I wanted to say just cover up this part, so stretch it over this and then attach here. Sometimes that doesn't work so nicely, but whatever. Nothing is perfect, but it's still pretty awesome. So because it wants such a ridiculously low orbit, I'll aim for, let's say, 100 or 120, something like that. Because in my previous one I was pretty close to 250 and I just couldn't correct it with the delta V I had, which is crazy to imagine considering how much more fuel I have remaining. But that's just the way it was. So let's end it at, let's say, 115. There we go. But yeah, I've never built a big station, and I'm quite interested to do that. I've never used Rover Dude's station modules. I'm kind of interested in how they work. There's a lot of little bits I can see that I'll be interested in, like I noticed where. So I'm kind of curious just how a pretty much stock station will survive. I like the idea that it won't last perpetually without Kerbals or special hardware to come up and repair the station. So it could be just kind of like the early human stations, where a station like this just only could stay up for a couple of years, could only service people for a few years of missions before it needed to be repaired or replaced. So I'm not sure if once this station is used up, I'll repair it or I'll replace it, or if I'll have added other modules that I will undock and kind of spawn off its own station. So I like that idea too. You know, what about with the ISS, if they took the modules that they found were in good health, and then they kind of coupled them to a new core, and they kept the station up at a fraction of the price. You know, an idea like that I might do with this mod. But right now I've just got a basic lab module, just a hitchhiker who can store enough people. I just needed to complete the requirements of this mod, which were to store 4 people, and I didn't want to start sending up USI parts before I knew anything about USI, about Rover Dude's life support, or life support and station mods. So this is me learning, and I couldn't quickly find a series because I just want to learn a little bit about the USI mods specifically for stations and life support, and maybe later for ground stuff. Because his logistics, the logistics options in here, if you've never played with them, they make sense for somebody like me who's never really very good at landing 2 things right near the same spot and was never really that interested in the challenge. There we go, and don't want you to flip around. That's one issue of pointing at node. It tries to flip, but anyway, it's high enough, it's good enough. It's an ugly orbit, but it will do launch a new station into a specified orbit, include a couple of, and I need to tell it that it's a station. So I don't know which part is the control core. Maybe that thing, actually, funny as it is. Control from here, rename vessel, let's make you a station. And now that it's a station, I believe I completed the contract. So there we go. So it's the beginning of my station. It's going to be playing it in stock-ish 1.1, and I'm using Rover Dude's mods. So I'm going to be trying to figure out his, the basics of his station. So I don't want necessarily a station that makes all its own food and everything. I want it to be, like everything I do, kind of partway between real and Kerbal. So I want to use new modules to extend people's stay on the station, extend the life of the station, but not make it an outpost that will survive perpetually. Just want to kind of use it as a little tutorial for me and possibly for other people to learn a bit about the Rover Dude's life support mod and station mod. Just how do you build the most basic starter station that isn't, you're not aiming for sustainability. Like, what do you get from just the first few modules? So why do you put them up? And if somebody knows of a series already that's like that's being done in the last few months, it obviously doesn't have to be in 1.1, please point it out to me in the comments. I'd love to know if this is already done so I can learn from it. Yeah, next video of this I'll probably be setting up another module, maybe with a first rotation of crew as well. Because if you notice this, no crew here and no RCS, so the station can hardly control itself at all. It can't adjust its orbit or anything. So I'll have to definitely send up a module with some RCS. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I might do a bit more of this series. We will see. Goodbye.